I have to tell you here a secret. This remains between us. We didn't know it's complicated. I said, okay, what do? We upgrade. Let's call it UpFit. We upgrade fitness.
We're not selling people cigarettes. We're not selling people alcohol. We are selling people good health.
You know, Excel, best CRM in the world. Excel, it's working until, let's say, 150 members. So he was preparing to do a 20,000 euro investment for 3 people. Of course, we need to thank Netflix here.
For once, Americans are doing a good job. We've run out of toilet paper in one of the gyms. What fucking nonsense is this?
You have those cows on the road and you work with the horses. You can open 700 more clubs in Romania. It's not just to build the software, it's to provide a solution to help our client.
Thanks for doing this, George.
Thank you very much for the invitation.
And like a true entrepreneur, you keep up your commitments. I know you're not well and you were coughing the whole day yesterday.
Yes.
You had a 12-hour traffic jam.
Yeah, but I appreciate a lot your patience that we moved it, but we finally are here, and I'm really happy to have this discussion with you.
But like all entrepreneurs, we make things work, don't we?
Yes, that's the goal, you know.
And George, I really respect what you're doing in the industry for 2 reasons. You know, the first time we spoke, which was in the, when we spoke in detail at the Central Eastern European event, I was wondering what is, UpFit.cloud and what do you do? And I was talking with Kent, and yes, in fact, yesterday when I was speaking with him, he said, Romania Active or, UpFit, or if you see Central Eastern European, we won't have been able to do it without George's support. So he's been one of the biggest pillars of support in terms of coordinating everything. And I honestly did not know that Romania Active does not have a single employee. So he says, whatever work we've got, George somehow picks it up and makes sure that all the moving parts talk to each other. So, huge respect for that. No fitness association can work without a support of somebody who comes in and who kind of becomes like the umbrella for the industry in terms of supporting them. And I've seen what you've done, and how well your team organizes the event. You've got a fantastic team. That's also because you're a fantastic leader. Everybody speaks good things about you as a leader.
I appreciate it.
And so the reason I'm giving this background is because what's very important and what just, makes me think, I would not have expected an IT company to be operating out of Romania to create a complicated product like a CRM tool for the gym industry. If you go and look at the Western world, let's look at, say, the UK, let's look at the US market, let's look at some of the Western European countries where challenges are slightly different, penetration is slightly higher. You got big players like Fox, you got gyms which use softwares, you had Member, you have Explore, you've got in India and Middle East, you got Fitness Force, you got these really big brands. How did someone who did not have a background of building a CRM, I know you used to run an agency also. How did you think of doing this? And mind you, a lot of people don't understand how complicated building a CRM is. I don't envy your job to start something from a scratch and build a product where everybody in the industry talks only good about your product and say that you're nimble, you are somebody who takes on feedback on board, tries to tweak the product to the extent what's good for the industry and works, and at the same time works with the industry. So all these moving parts together, how did you think of starting a CRM company in the first place? What made you bite the bullet?
I have to tell you here a secret. This remains between us. We didn't know it's complicated. We really love the idea. I'm an engineer at heart. I'm a programmer. And I love building things. I had the luck to find great people near me, to find them, or they found me. I don't know exactly how this happened, but I'm a lucky guy on this part. And we love the idea of building something that makes an impact. And that drives us every day, because it's not just to build the software, it's to provide a solution to help our client, to get to that goal, to that objective. And of course, we are company that needs to make profit.
Correct.
We need to, because profit helps us grow. But at the end of the year, trust me, it's more important for us to see the projects that we can do or we actually did in that year, and that brought us energy. And we see how the industry grows. And the fact that, like in 2016, when we initially, our product started initially not as a product. It was a side where, as I mentioned, we were an agency. It was a side project that we were doing for a local player, world class. But it was it was something like, can you automate this? Can you do this? For us, it wasn't a standalone project. And in that time, we were doing very complicated softwares for factories, for you name it, we were doing them, like huge factory automatizations. And so we had
custom development.
Yes, custom development. That was our superpower. We were staying with the client, and the client said, okay, I don't want to buy an SAP or a huge, complicated, very expensive software. Can you buy this that works exactly for my business? Yes, and we love that fact that each project was different. Each challenge was an opportunity to create something new. And this project that was staying there didn't have a name, actually. It was something that was working, was having good results. And in 2018, I went to FIBO first time. For me, okay, again, I'm a software engineer. I'm not passionate about fitness from the beginning. On the sport guy, I was not spending my nights or my days on the courtyard or things like that. I was on the computer. I'm a geek at the Orrgens. And we went to FIBO. And we saw what the fitness industry is. We saw how the gyms are effectively, those real gyms are in the West. And I said, okay, this is something really interesting. And then we took the decision in 2018 to effectively close the agency and switch to a product. And in one evening, I said, okay, what do? We upgrade. Okay, let's call it UpFit. We upgrade fitness.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, So then we started to do this.
So that's the backstory of the name.
Yeah, I was talking to my associate and he said, okay, we're doing this, but what's the name of the product? And I said, I don't know, what do we do usually? We upgrade things.
Yeah.
Let's upgrade fitness. Okay, and in the morning I told him, this is the name of the software. Put cloud there so it looks exactly something technology related. And this is the brand. Actually, it was not something very planned or something like that. We just went with it. For me personally, I like the fact that we can change things and we can improve things. And I get my energy from there. And one of the values in our company, one of the drivers in our company, is the fact that we know and we are aware that our success comes from the success of our clients. And we take that really seriously. Because if the product is good, if we can help the gym to be profitable, then it means they can help the members to be active. If they do that, what happens? At the end of the day, we change lives. And I know it's a bit cheesy if I'm saying this, but it's an important mission to do that.
I agree with George, and I think
So it's more than just building a software, 3 buttons there.
100%. And I always say this, we are all in the business of making money. That's
exactly.
fine.
But we also should have an impact.
Yeah, and we're not selling people cigarettes. We're not selling people alcohol. We are selling people good health.
Yes.
Right? In the process, if we are making money, like, okay, we may not be as qualified as doctors, but we're not doing any less of a job.
Exactly.
We're doing a very good job of preventive healthcare. We are doing a good job of getting people into the right habits that will help them live better lives.
Exactly.
So whatever we do in whatever way, and that's why I have huge respect for my industry. I was an outsider in this industry till about 10 years back, and I was a banker. But I can tell you one thing, I feel very good about the work I do for the exact same reason that you said, that we impact people's lives. And that's good. So, and in the process, if we make money, why not?
Yes.
It's the best way of doing it.
Exactly. It's a good balance because it means we can create an impact. We can help things move forward in a very good direction.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, we also, with the money, help our company, help our team.
Yeah.
We have a saying, our work as the team is to help the company fulfill the dream
Yeah.
And then the company is to help us to fulfill our personal dreams.
Correct.
And it's a good match there because we have a good mission, we have a good impact. And at the end of the day, we are also happy about what we are doing. And I think that's important because, okay, it's 10 hours of our daily routine, our job. And you need to make an impact. You need to see that things are moving forward.
Correct.
And I'm happy to found this opportunity. I'm not hiding this. I'm very grateful of the fact that I can do this.
Yeah.
And that's why we are not considering that we sell just software. We want to do more. Our mission is to help the industry, to get involved, to help things change in a good direction. And I think that's an opportunity that I cannot miss,
George, I've got 2-3 questions now based on what you said. So one is, let's try and discuss how do you push your team? Because everybody in your team seems to believe that they own the company. Every single person has got that kind of ownership. I can go back and my first impressions about your company and your leadership was when we had gone out for dinner at the Central Eastern European event. This was in Timișoara.
Yes.
And I think Roxana and I think there are 2 people that day. And, the young girls, but they were so particular about other guests being served the right way. And they would keep going back to the manager and say, can you change this? Can you do that? So they were always, so sometimes what happens when you're very young, you get an opportunity, you're going to really nice restaurants, really nice bars, you kind of forget it's work for me. You could see that it was work for them, right? Which means when they were socializing. But at the back of their mind, I could see this. And I was wondering, how did you manage to do this, create this sense of ownership that people have? This is very difficult, but it's a very thin line, right? You don't want people to get stressed because of their work.
Of course.
They should love what they do. Yeah. But at the same time, in fact, I was speaking with, my podcast producer, Bethany, yesterday, and I said, you can have a lot of fun, but you still do serious work.
Of course.
How do you manage to do that?
Okay, for what happened at Central Eastern, I need to give a bit context.
Sure.
For us, it was also local pride. It was an opportunity for us to put Timișoara, which is not the main city, it's one of the important cities in Romania, to put it on the map.
It's one of my favorite cities for sure.
I'm really happy to hear that, and I hope it will be a destination for you more often. It was also an opportunity for us to put Timișoara on the map, to bring people to see that things are not just happening in Bucharest. So we have things are happening. Look, a lot of interesting people are here, and we took it personally. So it was an opportunity for us to show that our city, it's adopted city for me, but I consider my home city, it's a great place to be.
Yeah.
But after all, as I told you, we care about what's happening. And we think that having the opportunity to organize that event that brought a lot of great people in the same place to meet, to network, we understood that it was an effort for everybody to travel to Timișoara, to come there, spend some time with us. And it was an investment of their time, first of all. And you need to respect that. You need to appreciate that. So that means we need to be good hosts. And as I told you, I'm very lucky to have you don't air that, an excellent team, because tomorrow.
I don't think there is anything.
This remains between us. Yeah. Okay.
It's more to do with, I think everybody has potential.
Yes.
The leaders have to harness that potential. So what are those leadership skills?
I don't think it's a leadership. Yes, it's leadership, but I think it's a mix between trust. I trust people. That's a superpower. It's also a weakness in some moments, but I trust them because I think I also had some great mentors along the way. And I know that usually it's very difficult to trust somebody just on their words. Samir, believe me, I can do that. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. And usually the baggage and that comes from our experience so far, and our natural reaction is no. No, let's not try to do that on my money or on my time. But along the way, I saw that if you find ambitious people with the kind of energy and curiosity that they want to do things above just their job, and give them the time, the space, the money, the resources, it turns out to find great people. And that means that you can build a company, how we call Spartans, or usually we go on that approach, and have a great product and a great result. And also, as you mentioned, for me, it's important as a manager, as a leader, call it whatever, to see that my people are not hating their job. Because then it means I fail. And I want them to bring their game on, their good game on, and to feel that it makes a difference.
Correct.
I'm trying.
You're doing a very good job of that.
Sometimes I win, sometimes I learn, but it's a process. And I think it's very important because those people wake up in the morning and give their time to you. And you as a leader, you need to respect that and to make all you can for them to succeed. Because otherwise, you are just wasting their time. Maybe they should go another part. Maybe they are better in other jobs. But if they decided to join your team to help you build that project, you need to also get invested. You need to offer them your time, your know-how, your support, and the other resources. Because it's not just about money. It's also about offering the opportunity to that person to do great things and not staying there over their head and micromanaging them 8 hours a day like that. Bring your game on. Let's see what we can build together. And then also offering the opportunity to see the result. Because, in a lot of companies, you are doing things and leaving the people there.
Correct.
And I'll tell everybody, no. I really believe that my team is my superpower. I can have great ideas, but it will remain only here. They are helping me to turn them into how you saw the event. Now we are launching the magazine. We do events from 4 years already. And when we did it the first time, everybody told us, this will not work in Romania. We are not going all the operators in the same room.
Yeah.
Why, guys? Because we hate each other. Why? Because we are competition. You are not competition. We are all in the same market and we are building all a huge business called the fitness industry. If this will work, you will be able to open more clubs. I will be able to sell more software. It's a win-win. I don't see why it's a problem. So when we decided that, we're doing events. How do we do them? Because we are a software company. But then my colleagues started to bring in the puzzles. Of course, we had a lot of learning. I'm not denying that. But they were actually the engine. So yes, I think first of all, you need to understand they are not your employees. They are your team. They are your colleagues.
Correct.
We work together. They are not working for me. We work for UpFit to build a great brand.
We all have a role to play. Yours is a different role.
Yes.
So you have like going back to your team, you have a very strong team. You've got Alexandra who works with you,
And I'm proud that I have a great team that works with me for a long time.
Yeah.
That's very important for me.
So how long has Alexandra worked with you for?
If I'm not doing the math wrong, I think she has 10 years already.
Wow.
Or we are almost there. It's a lot.
A decade.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that says volumes about how you guys operate and, the sense of ownership. I think one big thing I've noticed, if people can have the sense of ownership, they will strive to be the best in what they do. And like you said, they also see the results.
Yes.
That's very important. So the second question, George, around the same thing, going back, you spoke about, you started with world class. Now, Kent is a seasoned player, right? He comes from SATS where it was extremely world market. One of the largest players. He's gone through multiple mergers. Why did he not choose to pick a software off the shelf, which was available in the market? And there were many at that point of time, right? There were lots of software.
They're also now.
Yeah, they're also now.
Yeah.
Why choose a person or a company which is starting to build a CRM product for a brand like World Class, which was the leading player in the Romanian market? Tell me this conversation.
It's a very good question. I also had it the same question then, why us? And he said, I trust you. And I said, why? Because you guys go the extra mile. And then this extra mile went into our cultural, organizational rule. Yes, go the extra mile. We discovered that what we can do different from the other players, because you need to have a differentiator. At the end of the day, the software, everybody can build it. Okay. Not the same quality, but software at the end of the day means buying a certain flows in your processes. It's not that complicated. What you also need, you need a partner that can have the patience to listen to your problems and to find the solution that makes sense for you. As we grew, this became a challenge, and it's still a challenge that we are working on, because we want to keep this. We want to be a boutique approach. We don't want to just sell software. We want to help you build your result. We sit with you, we understand your processes, and then we explain how UpFit can solve that, or what we need to do to solve exactly what you need. Not to change your business based on our software, but to bring UpFit to be your helpful software solution. This is not something that you would do naturally, because, you mentioned you were a banker, you were looking at the numbers, profitability, how's the cost. We don't always work with the cost in mind at the beginning. We work with the end results, because we know that if we do a good job, we become a long-time partner for that operator. And that's, for us, that's the bet, actually. Not to win the initial mathematics, like you give us 100, we give you 100, and let's make it work. Being profitable, not having the pressure of an investment fund or things like that, means that I can make my own rules. And that's a superpower that I like now. The fact that I can talk to my team and say, guys, mathematically, this does not make sense. But aligned to our mission, this makes a lot of sense as an investment in the next years for this operator. Instead of just going with the financial offer and things like that, let's see how we can help them first. And that's usually, for us, it's a struggle, because when you go to a meeting and discuss with somebody and say, explain me your plans so I can tell you how I can help you, they look at you like, why? I just asked you for an offer. Yeah, but those are just numbers.
Correct.
I'm not cheap, I'm not expensive, but I need to make sense for you.
Correct.
That means you need to explain me how I can make sense for you. And for us now, this is the main challenge, because I go to meetings, I explain that, and everybody's looking like me, this is not how the industry works. Of course, I know that, I am aware, but I don't want to work how things are working. I want to work how I saw that things are bringing great results. And to get back to your question, this is what we did. We didn't have a plan actually there, but we felt that was the right approach. Work class was growing. They were opening locations. A team was doing
Which
that.
year was this, George? Which year?
I think Ken came in 2016 or 2017. We were already working, but as I told you, as a side product for us. It wasn't our main product from 2014 with them. And then I had this discussion with Ken. He explained me what they want to do. That's why I went to FIBO.
So how was what was the first call like? It was interesting.
First call was, hi, I'm Kent. I'm the new CEO.
So I want to meet you. You didn't know him at that point of time.
I found out that in 2014, investment fund bought Work Class.
Yes.
Some changes were happening. Some things were doing, but because they weren't our only client or things, for us was business as usual. Yes, they were having requests. We were doing a thing, and they liked the fact that they could tell us, we need this. Then we just, like I'm telling you now, I need a plane. And then I'm actually bringing you a plane, and you're like, this is exactly what I wanted. And that's not a standard approach in the industry.
So solution oriented.
Exactly. Not bureaucratic, like let's do 150 pages of documentation and I'm going to invoice you for that documentation and then we'll build the product. Let's build the product and we'll see the paperwork afterwards, So that was our approach. We were more like, let's do things and then we'll figure out the rest, And then I want to meet. Okay, I met with him. He told me, this is what we want to do. This is how can you support us? Just tell me what you need and I'll make it happen. Okay, I like that. Let's do that. I never realized in that moment that the impact will be that big. Actually, in 8 years, I will sit here with you and I'll have a company that's working with 300 plus clubs and we are doing an impact and we are growing. And I never thought of that. I just had a discussion about the needs they have. And I said, yes, I can do that. It's not a problem. For sure, we can ship it. Just tell me when you need them. And then I met in airport in that evening with Milan Mirkovic. He's the business development.
I met him at BFIT.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we met like 15 minutes in the airport. He called me, hi, I'm Milan. I'm business development manager. I want to meet with you. I'm in the airport. I'm also in the airport. Where are you? I'm there. So we met in there. He told me the same. Did you met with Kent? Yes. We want to do this. Yes. Can we trust you? I'll do my best. Let's do business. That was all. It's funny because everybody thinks it's strategic planning. No, it was that. But then we started shipping. And that's the thing, actually, to start removing the headaches from the clients. And I think that was one of the differentiators that we had, and we have, is the fact that we do not concentrate on explaining why it's a headache, but by doing, and then leaving you there happy. It's a disadvantage also in some moments, because everybody thinks that this is too easy. I had this discussion with the client that told me, guys, you are not doing anything actually. Why? Because you're not doing anything. Yes, because everything works. Yes, everything works. Yes, it works because we are doing properly our job. The idea of an IT partner is for you not to know us, preferably forget about us and just enjoying the results.
You don't want to put your head in the bonnet of a car to see how it runs.
Exactly. So it's a challenge here because at some moments we have this internal joke, guys, we should for one day not do our job, so they can. But at the end of the day, our job is for them not to know us, just to see the results there. And it's working. We are really proud of our work and where we got, because just another thing related to that initial discussions with Kent is that I was trying to push the idea of online payments, I think for 6 months, 9 months there. And in 2016, Romania was not an online payment destination. Everybody was more like cash is king. Let's keep it that. It's okay. Let's count the money. We see the money. What's with this, with the card? And when I told Kent, I think this is the future, as you know, in Sweden, and everybody's, but market penetration here, nobody has card. Yeah, but let's build it. We have the advantage that now we do not have the pressure. And when things will just move forward, we will be there with the product, everything will work. And now we are processing more than 7 million euro per month online payments for the fitness industry.
Which is fucking crazy.
Exactly.
You could not have imagined this.
Exactly. And I remember now when the initial one payment we had, and we were like, who's that guy? He made like 500 euro, 1 year membership, He made it, and we were looking at the transaction for people there, and it worked. And my associate, he's the technical brain. Of course it did. Of course it did. It was supposed to work. Yeah, man, but I never thought that they will take it seriously, It was an idea. We saw it works there, but not in Romania. But it worked. And now it's working, and it's clearly that we are where we should be. And the fact that we took that decision then helped us now to be exactly where the industry needs us. And again, that's a win point that we consider that's good.
So how did you, going back to when Kent started, and he said, okay, I want to build something. What were his biggest problems and how did you go about that solution? I know it's been 8-9 years or whatever, maybe,
Looking back and based on the experience we had so far, it's the same problems that any operator has when they grow. Because, you have based on my experience so far, I see 3 phases. It's the initial phase where everything, you as a owner, it's 1 to 5, and probably you can contradict me here because you have better experience running a lot of clubs. I ran only 6 months. It's 1 to 5 when everything is golden, you know. They have that energy. I can do this. I just signed one more contract. It's there. It's easy. I can do it. Okay.
No, you can't.
But I can say that. You see that person that's really passionate. You see the results because it's funny. You have the first club, you make numbers there. You open the second, you make numbers again. And you think, okay, if this number is here and now, if I open one more, that number will, and the third is like this. And because actually you get more overhead, you know, because 3 you are doing actually between the 3 of them. The fourth, you don't have so many hours in a day. And then you need to hire that guy, and you need to hire that guy. And that guy doesn't do the job, but says he does the job. And then as the company grows, your team grows, your problems actually change. And if you do not have the control, the structure that you actually don't think you need because you are doing everything.
Correct.
What's so difficult? I was doing everything by myself. Now I have these guys that should do the work. It should be easy. And things get complicated. 5 to 10 is that I call the valley of desperation. When you see them, it's like they are so sad. Yeah, I opened a new club. I hate them all. Yeah, I hate it. Money's pouring. Money's coming.
Yeah, but it's a fucking black hole.
Exactly. I don't
sucks
get
the
sleep.
entire energy.
I don't know if I have a family. So it's
George,
it's like
I am
that.
telling you, I remember incidents where I would get calls from staff. This is fucking atrocious. But I used to get calls from staff. We've run out of toilet paper in one of the...
Yeah, we have the joke.
What fucking nonsense is this?
We have this guy here. What do we do with him? What guy? I don't know. Yeah.
So a CRM system puts a structure around...
Yes.
So one of the things I've always said, you can't improve something that you can't measure.
Exactly.
I think most of us are guilty of this, independents think I don't need a CRM. I can work on Excel sheets. They don't understand that the opportunity cost. If you invest in technology, you're going to have an edge over your competitors because you can actually see what's happening. I don't think most people even understand what is their yield on advertisement, the yield on marketing. And because they don't have that, you're running blind.
Exactly.
So, George, if somebody is today running 1 or 2 clubs, why should they move from using old school Excel sheets and pay money for a CRM? What do you think they get? And have you seen, I'm sure you've seen people transition. You've seen some gym chains like explode. Like I'm speaking with Vlad in the evening. I didn't know he's reached 36, I think 36 or 37 gyms now. Wow. Mm-hmm. In almost no time. It's like
don't tell him it's no time. Yeah, in a short time.
What are you talking about? No, what I mean is, you see, his last 20 odd gyms grew very quickly, right? So he learned something in the beginning, and then he exploded. So when you were talking to a single gym owner, say I'm a single gym owner, why should I use a CRM? How does it help me in my business? Because at the end of the day, I want bottom line. I want more money. I want my clients to be happy. And I know that's how I'll make money. How do you support me?
One of the changes that happens when you implement a software in your gym, it's actually that it brings clarity for your team. Nobody understands that because they see, my team knows how to work. They know how to sell a membership. They know what to do, where to keep that contract. They know. Of course, they are running now the club. What I see in a lot of clubs, for example, we have a step when we discuss with clubs, we have a shadowing step. The owner thinks that the gym runs in a certain way. And then we go in the reception and we effectively see how the gym runs. Yeah. So first of all, what any software will bring simplicity for the team. It's like you would have a standard operating procedure like this, that you bring it tomorrow to your team and it just works. Because imagine now they are doing somewhere in certain way. When you bring a software, the software forces the process. This is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3. This is where you find this information, this is where you find this information, and it's done. No more question like, hey guys, where is the contract of the member? Did I print it that? Did I confirm that payment? How much money did we cash in today? So that's one step that nobody sees it, because we think that if it works, why should I change? But the question actually is it working the right way? Is it working the way that helps you grow? Because it works. I'm sure it works. Any company works, because if at the end of the month, if you make €1, it works. But what if you could do 5,000? So software actually brings this. This is the first step. It brings clarity and simplicity for your team. Second, it brings control back to you. Because imagine you run more clubs than I did. Yeah. And one of the main challenges when you want to grow a business and want to do the proper work is to make sure that what you actually plan to do, it's happening.
Scaling comes with its challenges.
Exactly. And you need to see the numbers. You need to take decisions on numbers, not on opinions, not on, did we do, was a good day today? Oh, it was an awesome day today. Did we have enough members today? Oh, yes, a lot of members today. When is the high peak of the moment? I think around 4, or ask the other receptionist because I wasn't today. Or you just can go there and look at the numbers and take the proper decisions. I have a little story that I tell to everybody when they ask me why. And I said, I had a discussion with the operator that was telling me, George, I have a lot of members that are asking for me to build sauna. They tell me they need sauna. It's very important. I need to do. I was thinking to demolish this, invest this. How many? I don't know. The reception is telling me. Let's do a very, very complicated digitalization. Print a paper, put it at the reception, and ask the members to sign there to request a sauna. You know how many? There were 3. Very vocal, but the same 3. So he was preparing to do a €20,000 investment.
For 3 people.
For 3 people. So that's decision based on impressions. So, because, of course, but let's take it on numbers. And that's what actually, you bring clarity, you bring simplicity, and then you bring actually the numbers. And usually me as an owner, this helps me then to have the right mindset to grow. But also, there are operators that don't want that. Because implementing a software, it means also to understand that things will not work like this for the team. And they don't want to upset the team. So you also have a dark side, let's say a challenge here. The win is there, and it's obvious. Usually the headache is a bit...
but in the long run...
You cannot. Without digitalization, regardless if you want software, if Excel, it's working until, let's say, 150 members. It's working. Excel, best CRM in the world. But if you want to do proper, if you want to concentrate on the members, you want to offer a good experience, how can you do that? Do you want me to come at the reception and, can you print me the invoice? Can you give me that? Or you want me to have a great experience at the reception so the reception can tell me, hi, George, welcome to the club. What are you training today? Look, this is our new small brochure with advices regarding nutrition. Concentrate on the experience, not on one you can automate.
This is something I used to tell my team a lot. Human touch is meant for human things.
Exactly.
Not for things that can be done, mundane things can be done by anything else.
Pushing a button.
Correct. You don't need a human for that. A human is required for those emotions, those connects. And if they are bogged down by this thing, if my receptionist is busy making bills, she can't talk to you. She can't do 2 things at the same time. So I would rather have that being done automated because it's low value.
Exactly.
The high value is my saying hi to you.
Yes.
It's not the invoice. It's my saying your name when you walk into the reception. If I am not preoccupied, I see you, I say, hi George, how you been?
Yes.
That's got more value. Yeah, that's more value than me giving an invoice or writing an invoice. I think people forget that.
Exactly. And the funny thing is that we know, for example, for sure, that after 3 months, in 3 months after you implement UpFit, your business will grow with around 20%. And people ask why? Because actually your team will not waste time on useless and will become automatically more efficient. And what's happening is that they have more time on selling. Okay, let's not go on selling. Connecting and then selling. And that's business actually. And why waste time with useless actions like this and this and this when you can invest the time of your team for those things that will bring a lot of more benefits to the member and actually make your business profitable.
And human connect also de-stresses people. So,
Yes.
So rather than me, looking into the computer all day, if I'm talking to people, I'm a happier person. That's also very important. Human connection is very, very important. One thing you mentioned about was online payments. I remember this discussion the last time I was here, and I didn't know that till about a few years back, you could not take money from people's account on direct debit rolling. And that was a nightmare. I remember somebody told me that people actually turned up to the gym saying, you've stolen money from my account without asking.
Yes.
How do you handle shit like this? Because now the world's using it, right?
Of course, we need to thank Netflix here because Netflix actually...
For once, Americans are doing a good job.
They did an awesome job to teach us all that it's normal to pay monthly automatically for a service. Here, actually, technology is the magical thing because with technology, you automate everything, the entire experience. And if you have the patience to do it right, it means that you help the member understand the value of this purchase. You give them clarity. You give them, this is why it's happening, this. You have control in the app. Just go there, stop there. Hey, in 2 days, we want to charge you this. But what we also said is that in Romania, you cannot, for example, like in Western part, you have some mechanism. For example, if I enter a binding contract or a recurring contract and I'm not paying, they can take the money. Okay? Of course, we are Balkanic. We are more free spirit. Of course, you're not going to tell me what I do with my money. If I don't want to pay you, I'm not going to pay you, of course. So then, when we discussed about the recurring payments, because they are an engine of the industry, and it's very important for a business to have recurring money because you have prediction.
Correct.
You will not need to wait each month to see, let's see how. No. When you have a 70% of your foundation with recurring money, it's like being sure that next month it's there.
Correct.
And I just need to work on the the premium, the last 20% of growth.
What's the failure rate of direct debits at the moment?
I think we are below 8%.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. That's very good.
Yeah, but 3 years of work. No, actually we launched in 2018. Pandemic was a great opportunity to reinvent the wheel here. We made a lot of things. And one thing we did there, we said, let's flip the concept. Instead of forcing you to stay into the contract, you using all those dark patterns like hiding the buttons, putting you there, you need to sign these 3 things and you need to call a pigeon and bring us, and that pigeon needs to swear for you that you want to exit the contract, Make it very difficult for the member. No, let's leave it there. If you want to exit, exit. But let's introduce a benefit system. We have an entire engine for a fidelity plan. And that system allows the operator to reward your fidelity. If you stay, you get more discount. And at the end of the year, maybe you get a 30% off, 40% off. And you will want to stay because you will not want to lose that benefit.
Right.
And
it's like insurance premium.
Exactly. It's like a win-win. So instead of punishing you that you want to exit, no, it's your decision. You can exit whenever you want. You have control of the process. But look, if you stay with us and continue your training and continue your journey with us, we reward you. And this was a very, very, very...
Where did you start this first? Where did you experiment?
We launched it after the pandemic in 2021. It took off from the beginning. Of course, we needed 6 months to see the impact.
Right.
But, recurring changes the average staying member time. for sure it takes you from 2-3 months directly to 5. That's where you see a lot of money. And with this, we saw increase because they increased more and things like that. Now we had some bumpy things because in 2024 they increased the VAT from 5% to 19%.
Yeah.
That's a lot. It's a lot. But the big surprise that we didn't have the churn there. The numbers were very little, losing members or things like, because actually the increase is like almost 20 because they changed the VAT and they increased some taxes. So on average, the memberships got more expensive with like 20%. So imagine doing that. That's you were just bouncing back from the period of pandemic. It was, everybody hold your breath moment of in the entire industry. It was like, let's see what happens. But the reaction was not what we feared. Member said, okay, it's more expensive. But what actually changed, the members became a bit more, were paying more attention to the detail. That's why this new segment, Stay Fit, 18 Gym, jumped a lot. Because it was a great opportunity, this low-cost, high-value model in Romania. And then the member said, okay, I will pay a bit more, but I want better services. And this is the moment when this happened starting 2022. Things skyrocketed. And Stay Fit is doing a great job. 18 Gym is doing a great job. New players are entering the market here because it's an opportunity.
Yeah, every time I meet Alexandru, he's got 3 more gyms opening. Whenever I call him, I've got 3 more. I've got 4 more.
Yes. We also are scared of him. But they are doing a great job because it's a great momentum.
Yeah.
And, I meet with operators. These names, you know them because they are nationwide. Correct. But we have operators in a city that were having like 1-2 clubs, and now they have 6, 7, 9 in one city. And for example, when we were discussing in 2022, 2023, we had this discussion, is it still worth investing in the fitness industry? And I remain active, and I believe also that it's a huge space in the industry because I see what's happening there, I see the numbers, and I see things. And we were pushing this message with Remain Active. Guys, it's time to grow. We still have a lot of space. Look at the market penetration. Look how the numbers are. Yes, if you look at Bucharest, things are, but also in Bucharest, you have a lot of space. But we have a lot of cities with 15,000, 20,000 that do not have proper gyms. Like proper gyms means 600, 700, 800 square meters with right equipment, decent space, lighting, LED, modern look and feel. That it's nice to train in. You have you would be surprised what gyms we have in some spaces. And then people say, what should I open? And then I had an operator that was, it's a local one. And they were, it's no space in the city. I said, you have one gym, 400 square meters. Now they have 5. Because there is space. But you need to top the game. You cannot come with low quality. And you know what's funny? Another thing that we saw in the market is that operators were afraid to open near each other, he's killing me. And it's a phenomenon here that maybe you have some insight there. I do not have an explanation. I open a gym near you.
Both will benefit, 100%. That's you don't even have to think about
magic.
It. Yeah, it is. And I used to always tell my team, people used to tell me, why are you opening next to it? I said, just fucking put it next to that. Yeah. People are anyways coming. It's a fitness destination.
Yes.
It's like if you're in a mall, you don't say that, I've got 2 more shops who've got...
Very good.
So you're a fitness destination. This was a study conducted at Harvard Business School. So they put a Pepsi dispenser, right? And they used to sell 100 units a day. And they said, okay, we'll put a Coke next to it. I'm sure both will sell 50 each. Both started selling 200 each.
Exactly. And so, for me, that happened in the last year and this year. I saw a lot of examples like this. And for me was, because everybody was saying, I got called, hi, that a new gym opened near me. what should I do? I'm going to die. No, you're not going to die.
There is
Just do a little more cleaning if it's needed.
And one thing for sure, you initially get a dip, right?
No, the first month you have.
Correct.
What second month, but the third month, if you look at the numbers, at least you're back where you were.
Yes.
Of course, again, we need to have a disclaimer. You're not doing a bad job.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing a bad job, you will not bounce back.
Then you're fucked anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
That's a different story altogether. If you are a good gym, right, and this has been my experience, right? When competition comes in, everybody wants to everybody wants to try something new.
Yeah.
So, example, you're gym 18 and you have a Stay Fit next to you or a world class opening next to you. Should you be scared initially? You should prepare, brace for impact. You're going to lose some members initially.
Of course.
People will go and try there. And rightly so, you would do it yourself, right? So you go in and you understand you're going to get a numbers dip. But then all those people who liked your service, and if your game is 2 point, you will start seeing that people from there will also start coming to you.
Yeah.
So and what happens now is people say, let's go to this area. If not this, I've got this gym. So you're now used to your life, and this is how impactful our industry is. See, my life revolves around the gym I work out in,
of course,
because I have to go there every day. So if I'm going to the gym every day, I'm now made my route in my mind, my house to my gym to my work. Now I know these three, like these are the three places I am going. So if I'm used to going here and another gym opens, it's easier for me to shift to this and shift back to this because this is part of my life. People don't understand this. See, we are the only industry. You go to a restaurant, your favorite restaurant, you'll probably go there twice a month, if that. Maybe once, twice, thrice a month. Your gym, you go at least 20 times in a month. Mm-hmm. There's no other industry like that. Mm-hmm. So you're so used to that being a part of your life. And, one of the things I've noticed in Romania, people are very, and this, I don't know what it is culturally, because this is probably my fifth trip to Romania. But one thing I've noticed, people are very brand conscious here.
Yes.
Very well groomed. So when you see boys and girls, men, women on the road, they're always very well groomed. They're always very, I think they take time to groom themselves also, right? And they're conscious of brands that they wear, which means in the gym industry, when you're opening a gym, you have to be always really good in the service you give.
Yes.
Because they say, I would want to associate myself with something really nice. And I'm sure they're okay to pay more money, provided you give them better value for it. Is that the mindset you see in Romania?
Yes. And things change after the pandemic. And in the last 2-3 years, let's say like that, this accelerated. And with the price change, this behavior also, let's not say changed, but got more clear. So, yes, it's more expensive. My expectations are also aligned with that. It's not a problem. And the young generations that are coming are more, I got a bit of communism behind me, but just a bit. But the generation that came after the revolution, they are growing in another time with another expectations, with another promises. And for example, me, I'm not necessarily a conflict person when it comes from service. It went like that. Please try next time. Yeah. You should see my daughter. She's not like that.
She's not having any of it.
Yes. You said that. I need to get that. If you know you have a problem. All the generations that are coming are like this. Yeah. And that's a change that we see in the fitness industry in the last 3 years. And if you ask me, it's a good change because it helps us as an industry to grow, to understand that it cannot remain like it was. And I think this is one of the reasons that the industry had a higher speed for growth. And yes, they are more pretentious. They expect what you promised, but also they are more brand loyal. So that's a win, but it's also a challenge. And for example, one of the things that for me is funny is that 2 years ago when we were discussing about net promoter score in the industry and things like that, everyone was like, no, we don't need net promoter score. Why? The ones who are upset, they come complaining, screaming and things like that. The rest, they don't care. Now, you see that actually they are answering, they care, but they are not vocal. They expect, if not, they leave. And we saw that this year, when we started effectively pushing this customer satisfaction NPS approach, actually they answer. If you ask, they tell you, but you need to ask.
Yes.
And this is also when we look at the numbers, it's like 21, 33, 34. This age range, yes, they tell you in detail with all you need to do. 35, 40, it's okay. I'll tell you if I'm upset. So yes, this change comes. They are more aware. They want better services.
No, I'm super impressed with the young generation in Romania. I mean, I may get bad reviews on this, what I say, but I had a very different impression about Romania when I came here for the first time.
No, you're not the only one.
I am pleasantly surprised. And I must tell you this, the young generation is proud of being Romanian.
Yes.
That was a big surprise for me, right? When I came in and I spoke to some of the people, they love their country. Like they say, okay, there are some things which need to improve in our country, but so what? Every country has that problem. But we are Romanians and we are proud of that. That's so important as a nation. What do you think? What do you think have you seen in the last 3, 4, 5 years change that people are so so loyal to the country and they feel so good about it?
We are not perfect, and of course we can start and bitching about 10,000 reasons. Like 2 days ago, I stayed 4 hours blocked in traffic. But when you look at the big picture, things are moving forward. Romania is developing. I mean, I see changes. I see even in Timișoara, like before the pandemic, 5, 6 years ago, things were stuck, were not exactly what they wanted, where we wanted to be. Now, it's every day, things are moving forward. In my opinion, one thing that also changed in the last couple of years is that although we are not where we want to be, rules starting to be more there. Because we as Balkans, we have this way of not necessarily looking at all the details. Oh, we'll fix that. Samir, I know you. We'll fix that. Will happen. And I think when people see that, of course, we still have a lot of work to do there, but we see that things are starting to move forward in the right direction, then you say, well, that's okay. I have a lot of friends that came back from Germany. I have a friend that returned last year from US. And he told me, George, yes, it's more money there. It's beautiful. But at the end of the day here, safety is, it's a safe country.
Yeah.
Things are moving forward. You have opportunity. It is in the right direction. Of course, we still have a lot of work to do, a lot. But I think we are on the good track. I think it's good. I feel that I don't need to go. And in 2018, 2019, that wasn't the vibe, especially in the pandemic. But with all the things that are happening, good, bad, good is more. And I think the young generation sees that.
Yeah.
A lot of people see that it's not that bad. Of course, you have a lot of noise. You have a lot of we're going to die tomorrow approach, like anywhere. But then you see that it's not. And actually, for example, one of the gorgeous examples, maybe next time you come to Timișoara, we'll take a day, I'll take you in a small trip. We have Orrgen. Orrgen, it's a 2-hour trip from Timișoara. And I'm from Orrgen. And I left Orrgen 27 years ago because it was effectively a dead city. It's a 200,000 people city, I think, around, but effectively dead. You know, that communist look. You could use it for those dark communist Russian movies. And now it's a gorgeous city. And one man changed it. One administration. It showed the entire country that you can do it. And then these things started to happen. Timișoara started this. And you see that things can happen. I go, and my friends go to city break to Oradea. Because it's in the summer, it's a vibe that you would not believe it. Full of terraces, tourists. They remain the entire historic downtown. It's gorgeous. And you would not believe it. 20 years ago, you see that.
I've not even heard of the place.
Exactly.
Oh.
And people from UK are coming, from Germany. Effectively, it's a tourist city.
Wow.
Because it's a new Art Nouveau. They remain there. It's gorgeous. And for me, of course, I'm proud of it. Because, and I see that also in Timișoara. And then I go and see that also in other cities. Things are starting to move. Of course, we would like to tomorrow. Can we have it tomorrow? We can't. We cannot do in the next 3 months what we did not do in the last 20 years. But at least you see that it's happening. And I think that also changed. People started to be aware. Yes, we can do it. But if we leave, we will not. So nobody will do it. So I think this is something that
And the
changed.
younger generation is staying back here a lot more than what they used to do in the back because they see future in the country.
Because also they see that services are coming here. You have beautiful malls. You have the cities are turning more intense. You have events. Things are right. It's okay. You have the energy, the vibe. You don't have to go there to find it. You have it in your city.
Correct.
And I think that's one of the things that changed in the last 2-3 years.
Social life has improved considerably.
Exactly. And we have friends that are coming back because they want the social life that we have here and they cannot find it in other countries.
George, obviously, with the younger generation being here, younger generation being more aware of what's happening in the world, and obviously social media has played a huge impact on that. The market penetration of Romania is still close to 4-5%. Right?
Around.
In fitness, 4-5%.
4-5.
In the UK, we are at about 15-17%. There are countries which are north of 20%. That means there's a lot of headroom for Romania to grow. Right? So, 2 questions for you. One, do you see global players showing interest in coming in this market? And if they do come in, how will the local players compete with that? What's the strategy? Will we ever see, in your mind, will we see a Romanian brand going global? Because some of the gyms here are just absolutely phenomenal. I've seen them and I said, guys, you need to expand to different parts of the world. This is a great product. You see that mindset that people believe that we can do it here. And and coming back to the online penetration, how do you see this number moving and what is the industry doing? I know Romania Active is working very closely to get more number of people to get into the industry. Forget one particular gym chain. What's the entire strategy and thought process around it?
As you mentioned, these numbers give us a lot of hope.
Yes.
Because when you see that Romania it's around, let's be very
optimistic and
optimistic.
Say 5%.
Of course, we have a higher penetration in Bucharest, but the rest of the country, it's not even at 4. You have cities maybe 1, 2, and you have, Bucharest, probably it's around 7, 8, if you ask me.
And Timișoara?
Timișoara now probably will start. You would not believe Timișoara. You saw the clubs in the summer. Most of are young, are 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. So, for example, in Timișoara, we had this discussion. I was telling everybody, guys, come and open clubs. I don't have where to train.
You open 4 BFITs now. Today, I think today they're opening 5.
Wow. No, I think today is the 4th.
Today is 4th,
I think they will open one more by the end of the year. So yes, it's any space. So when you start looking at the numbers, you understand that the average in Europe, if I'm not wrong, it's around 14, 15. So let's say we will, in the next 5 years, let's say we double it. That means that you can open 700 more clubs in Romania.
And do you think the reason people are not opening is Is it because the demand was less, or is it because you thought the demand was less, or is it because their supply is less? What's the issue?
I think first of all, there are a lot of, as I mentioned, a lot of cities that do not have the proper services.
So there's no supply.
No supply. And also, there's little supply or not good quality supply. And that means that when you will go there and you will open a gym how it is, how it's supposed to be, the member will say, okay, I want this. And we saw in a lot of cases operators opening in a small city, 50,000, 20,000, 300, and then the second is a 700, because the members want the people actually the need appears more clearly.
Yeah, I remember. You remember the last time we were here, we went to one of the stay fits where Alexandru said that this is a very small town and it's only 9,000 people there.
Yes,
and that gym is just killing it because of the fact that there was no good supply.
Yeah.
So is that a problem with a lot of cities?
Yes. Okay. I think that's where the growth is come, because yes, of course, you have the large, let's say top 5 cities. You have Bucharest, you have Timișoara, you have Cluj, you have Iași, you have Constanța, Brașov. Here you have not there is no city that you can say it's fully covered and we cannot open anything here. But you have their presence. You have clubs, but you have the rest of the countries. We have 19 million people in Romania. And we have a lot of cities that don't have even one. No gym. Wow. And of course, you can go there, open a gym, full automated, if you do not want to invest in team and things like that, and things will work. That's the opportunity, because you have so much underserviced space. And that's why we think in the next 5 years, we will see a growth of at least 50% of the market. Large operators from extern, I don't know. It's a mix. I think from a discussion that I had with a lot of people from the industry, not from Romania, is that I don't want to be rude here, but there are some that do not know where Romania is on the map. And I think this eastern part of Europe, for me, that's a blessing because it's an opportunity for our companies, but not everybody understands the potential here. Because if you do not come here, you will say, yes, we have a bad image.
I'll hold my hands up. I had no idea.
Yeah. I met with a lot of people that were telling me, you're from here. You have those cows on the road and you work with the horses. No, we have cars, we have roads, we have highways. Yeah, you have. Yes, we have. We are in the European Union. Yeah, you are in European. Wow, that's fantastic. So yes, that is a challenge. And I think the only way a largest operator will enter is by buying somebody. Because now, taking into account the speed and how things moved in the last 2-3 years, it's a bit more complicated, because mostly the fight will not be for the market, it will be just to find the places. It's not about if, it's about where we can open a club, and that actually you need boots on the ground. You can have with all the budget, because if you do not know the right people, this is networking, this is knowing the right people, you will not be able to find.
We are a very people industry, so we need to know. Yeah, that's very important. The other thing, one of the things I was, which we discussed the first time we met, was you have clients. You have a client in Texas also, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, we have a small gym of 5,000 square meters in Texas, and it was for us a surprise. We thought it's somebody wants to, sell us something or steal the software. Or for us, it was strange. And we have a client that we're really grateful. It's a very interesting relation, because we just see the invoices paid. And
what is the gym called?
Biotech, I think. Biobolic, sorry. It's Biobolic. And it's working. For us, it was an experience to see if the product is good for the US industry. We have clients also in Emirates. Now we are entering Saudi. But for us, these are like satellites to see things that are happening in other markets that could challenge us, and then bring that know-how into the Romanian and Central Eastern Europe market that we are focused on now. Because also to answer to your question regarding operators from Romania going outside, I think that's a huge opportunity.
It is.
Because if you look at the markets, Romania, after Poland, in the Central Eastern area, after Poland, Romania is the most developed one. And it's still underdeveloped because that's the funny thing. We are the second largest market after Poland. We are developed, but actually we are not developed. So it's a huge opportunity.
So how do you compare this market to, so you operate in Serbia, you
Yes,
operate
we are
in Hungary.
Serbia, Hungary. We have
The
Croatia.
Croatia as well.
Czech, we know the market. We are in discussions there also. Bulgaria, we know. We also know Greece. So Greece has one large player.
I met them.
They are Alterlife. They are large, very, very large.
I couldn't believe that they've got 2,000 reformer Pilates beds in across. Wow.
Yes. When you have 90 locations, it helps.
Unbelievable.
Yes. And the clubs are nice. But for the rest, you do not have large players. Or you have one. And for me, it's like I've seen this. Because in Romania, in 2017, 2018, you had one. Everyone says, this is it. The market doesn't take more. No. That means the market didn't start. So this probably will happen also in Hungary. This probably will happen also in Serbia. For example, one of our clients opened 7 locations this year.
Wow.
Yes.
In 1 year?
1 year. Yeah, 7. Now it's opening the 7th now. So it just went. And I was still talking, you have 8. George, we have 15. When? When did it happen? Well, you told us last year that the market should take more. It seems it takes. And it's underdeveloped. And Serbia, it's again, you will see the same change that is, and it's still not in EU. If and when they will join, they will be skyrocketing there also. And that's the potential. In my opinion, yes, they should go because it's a huge potential. And they have the know-how from a big market like Romania. And that means that they have a superpower in that market. Because if they take this product here that works, take this know, put it there, it will surely work.
Tell me, how's you also get an opportunity to interact with gym owners and gym trainers also. Some I know how some operators operate because I've been one of them. I would always take one of my trainers to see, okay, is this fine and does it work? How's been your relation with trainers from the industry? Do you think they're adopting, they understand technology? Do they see it as a friend for themselves? Because now technology is not limited to only the CRM that you have. You've got variables, you got everything that talks to each other, and suddenly you create an ecosystem of technology which runs in parallel to the fitness ecosystem. So if you have to look at pure old school fitness, the machines, the dumbbells, the plates, the barbells, all that machine stuff, and then you go to one technology stuff which is measuring all that you're doing. Do you see that trainers, how's the relation of trainers with technology in Romania at the moment?
Here is, let's call it a special situation. And I don't know if it's something characteristic to our market because I don't know, it's a cultural thing. This is an underdeveloped part because now most of the operators, first of all, are not necessarily trying to control this personal training instructor area. And that's a huge opportunity, if you ask me. But the challenge is that because they are, the trainers are not necessarily getting the right and proper support and guidance, it means that everybody will do what they can and what they want. I think in the next 2-3 years, we will need to move our attention also to this because growing the industry will need to go beyond the operators. The instructors and the personal trainers are the ones who effectively deliver the product, if you think about this to that. And I think the pressure also will come directly from the members towards us. Because as you mentioned, we are connected. We train, we want to see the numbers. But here again, it's something that we saw in the last 1 year because we have a huge challenge in the fact that most of the members, I think 1 out of 10, based on our numbers and what we saw, it's 1 out of 10 are actually the ones engaged. Maybe if you're doing a little more, like I talked yesterday at the summit about onboarding and investing a bit more time, maybe you'll get 2 really engaged in the journey. The rest are wishful. They would like to do it. They don't know. We do not have a culture of personal training. Samir, you want to start tomorrow training. What do you do the first thing? Hire somebody who knows it very well to teach you. No. You look at a video, you'll do something, we do not see the results, and then we say, this is not for me. So we as an industry, we need to step to take some steps to do more education towards trainers, because they are our voice in the gym.
Correct.
And also towards our members, the ones who we want to help them change. We still have to change our perspective here. And in a lot of discussions that we had this year, and probably next year we will try to be more in the events part, education part toward the operators, is to change their mindset. Because for example, most of our marketing, most of our approach now, is that with a 6-pack, beautiful, no excuses. And it actually, it's a scary approach.
I was speaking about that yesterday. I said the same thing. We want to get the other people who are not from the industry to come in, and then we show them this and this.
Yes.
No. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, of course. No, it's not about that. And I also, from the discussions with my friends, from the discussions with operators, and I bet if you multiply this, you will get mostly the same messages, that they actually want to feel good about themselves. Correct. So we need to understand that the next steps for our industry, it's about being healthy, not being, those 1% of the influencer Instagram things. We want to offer them the opportunity to feel good about themselves, to do a real change in them regarding how they feel. And then, yes, the experience will come. They will move forward. Yes, in 2 years, they will look even better, feel even better. But when they start, they need to start small and effectively just start. And this is where we will need to start working with our instructors, with our trainers, to understand this.
Because, and what role can technology play in this?
Exactly. The education role. If you ask me, we as the operators, me as a solution provider, a technology provider, and with the trainers, together, we need to offer the education layer here. Because through the app, we can offer them, training videos, advices, dedicated communication channel, not Instagram thing, a dedicated in the app communication channel between the club and the member. Imagine how precious is that from all points of view.
Correct.
And now with all that we have, what you need? You need some time, some attention, and phone. Okay, and then mic. Let's say like that. You don't need this beautiful setup, but you can start somewhere and offer the member those tiny pieces of information so they can start doing things. They can start transforming. And with that, then we can move. You know what we do? We take them and we do a hard rock training that they cannot move afterwards.
Yeah.
And then hate us.
Yes.
We don't. We need to use the technology to create this bridge, and then we will see the change propagating very fast. And I think that's a huge opportunity. And I think this is one step that we need to do. But again, I would also introduce here what you said, because I think technology by itself is just a tool. You need to also have the human in the loop, because otherwise everybody's telling me, just automate it. Yes, but if you just automate without the human objective, the human connection, that will not bring us the results.
Tech without the human element is useless.
Exactly.
You can't.
Exactly.
You can only automate so much.
Yes.
How's your personal relation with technology? Do you use wearables a lot? How do you track your own
I'm
workouts?
a geek. I told you from the beginning. I'm a geek. Of course, I believe in technology a lot. But I believe
do you use it for your personal fitness?
Yes.
Okay. What are you on? What do you use? What's your go-to technology? You wear an Apple Watch?
Yes.
Obviously.
One, yeah. And I have 2 apps. One of the apps is the project that we are having now. We are developing training assistant with AI and
nice.
things like that. And I'm the first user and the most critical and unsatisfied user. Just to be frank.
Always.
Always. And I'm using a center as an app. Again, motivation doesn't come from there. It helps me just not to, when I'm tired, not to effectively think of all the tools. But again, I think training with the trainer, I always train better. Otherwise, I'm lazy.
All of us. I mean, most people, even if I don't have a trainer, a training buddy really helps. Somebody who can push you.
Yes.
That's even when you know everything. It's always important. You launched Fitnet, right, recently?
Yes.
Which is like you're trying to build an online community. Can you run us through what it is?
As I told you, I see our mission beyond just selling software. I believe that our mission is to offer to the industry all the means, the tools, the opportunities for them to grow and to bring more. And we noticed that there are some spaces where the operators do not have time and energy to effectively do the work. And they are leaving money on the table. And then we said, we need to develop the part where we try the operators to gain passive revenue. So we want to build a marketplace and build the entire network of partners, suppliers. So at the end, when we try to put them all together, we can help the supplier gain more audience because we have the audience in our gyms. Initially, that was a report that I read and that was saying that when a member buys a membership, it's one of the cheapest expense he does in his fitness journeys. And I was like, what? And then the report was explaining that the next thing he goes to a shop and
buy the shoe, buys the
exactly. And I was like, yes, you are right. And then goes to another shop and buys the supplements, and then goes to another shop and buys it. And I was like, yeah. But then it comes to trains I have this just a side note here. I have this tendency to usually talk like I'm an operator. So if I do that, please excuse me. Then we have the tendency, they come in our gyms, train, and actually we took like 10 or 15% of all the money that was spent.
The ratio is 1:7. So for every £1 you spend 7 pounds on other shit that we don't get.
So it's worth. Then I was thinking, okay, I'll make a note of that. So we noticed that. And then we said, of course, okay. That's an opportunity there.
Correct.
Then we discussed with our partners. I'm trying to have with all our clients, partners, to have a very straightforward relationship and ask them, do you think this will make sense? And I said, yes, this would make sense. We have the audience, but we do not have the time, we do not have the energy, and we do not want to do that because we are actually in the fitness gyms industry. Okay, but do you want to make passive money? Yes. Okay, then this is an opportunity. We have the audience, we have the suppliers that want that audience, we have the gyms that want to make that. Let's try to build a platform. Fitnet is the first step in that direction. That will be a sister company, actually. We want to see it as a full business in 2 years. And we think we can connect the dots. So we help everybody, and it's a win-win-win.
It's a marketplace.
At the end of the entire process will be a full marketplace, media, products, and everything, because the market needs it. Nobody has the time to do it.
Gym operators definitely not.
No, and it's not their business. If you look at that,
I don't want to. I've tried and failed at this. I don't, as a gym operator, want to sell, protein shakes and try to make money out of that, or 2 T-shirts.
Yes.
Can't even fucking stock them. So you always. I've tried it. I'm being very honest. I tried it. And absolutely, I said, boss, just get that shit out of my face. This doesn't do anything.
Yes.
People are buying stuff, but they're not buying from me. For no other reason. He'll buy the same thing from some other place. But you're right. If you create a good marketplace, the customers are with us.
Yes.
As an operator.
And also, if we are an ambassador for the customer, it's a win-win-win because the goal is, yes, for the supplier to get a new channel, right?
Yeah.
For the member to get good prices, good opportunities to buy things that they need from trusted sources.
Yeah.
And yes, the operators want passive income. Why not do that?
Why do I need to pay to Mark Zuckerberg? I can pay to the gym. You're running ads to sell something.
Yes.
So
but not just that. No. We see it as an opportunity for the supplier to be connected to the member directly.
Yeah.
And in the gym also to win trust and to win opportunity.
Yeah.
And what we also notice that of course, you have the large operators that have time to create marketing, to promote, to things. But the other operators, they don't have the expertise and the time to do that.
Even if you're a large player, I was the 4th largest player in India at point of time. It's not our core competence. This is not what we are good at.
Exactly.
I would rather sell memberships, which is my core business.
Of course.
And if somebody I can be a sales channel or a service channel for my customers for value add. So one of the things, and the reason I did this in the first place, George, was because customers would come and ask me, Samir, what shoes should I wear? Now, when I had one gym, what shoes should I? So I'm actually recommending what shoes to wear.
But they are buying you from there.
Yeah, I'm getting fuck all out of it. So what kind of a business is this? So,
Exactly.
So if you create a marketplace where you're recommending and it's on your platform, like you said, it's a trusted source because you've come to the gym, you've put your trust, faith in us. We will also partner with the right people. We'll not have idiots on the platform. We'll have the right products. We'll have the right brands on this. These brands would have gone to market, tried to sell it via a channel and have a cost of acquisition.
Exactly.
That cost of acquisition goes out of the window
Exactly.
and that becomes a win-win-win for everybody.
Exactly.
Completely agree. Good. It's a very good idea.
This is the vision, and we noticed that the need is there, the opportunity is
100%.
there. And we said, let's do this. It
Where
helps the industry.
were you, George,
everybody.
5 years back when I needed this?
I don't know, probably developing other stuff.
Good stuff. Last question for you, George. And tell me one of the you're an entrepreneur bubbling with energy always, and you're like the glue in the industry here, and I love that about you. So tell me one of the funniest moments you've ever had when you were building UpFit. Something that happened that stays with you.
Funny we have, but not necessarily related to business. I think one of the important or energies for us are the moments when we see things are actually not just working, but over delivering. And one of the moments was when a client was opening a gym. He was, when you open a gym, you are stressed. You have a lot of things.
100%.
And of course, he called in the morning. I have my colleague helping with the contact from another company. I helped him with that. And at a certain moment, he called me and said, George, everything is terrible. Everything is so bad. I hate my life now. The opening is in 1 hour. I just wanted to tell you UpFit, it works. And I was like, okay, I'm happy to hear that. That in all this chaos,
At least
now I'm gonna call the other one to argue with them. But for you, I just wanted to tell you everything it works. Thank you. So these moments are actually, I'm not calling them funny, but I'm calling them energetic for us because it's good. It's good that it means we are on the right track and we want to see that our impact is there. And like when you told me that you were pleasantly surprised the fact that Timișoara and Romania and our industry is not, for me, I'm very, very sincere here. It was a very proud moment because I love that. It means we as an industry are doing something. Romania Active is doing an impact. Yes. And it means that we can be proud of this.
Absolutely. You should be.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
It's very important for us.
Thank you so much, George. Thanks for doing this today.
Thank you,
have
Samir,
a safe
for the
travel
invitation.
back to Timișoara. Hopefully it will not be 12 hours this time.
11. Thank you for the invitation. It was a pleasure to talk to you. And let's hope we'll do this more often.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.